Radio Scotland.
11:51. Good morning. It's Good Friday. A special day, a special story to end the programme today. 89-year-old Mary Hampton has been cycling since she was just 5 years old. But that came to an end recently when her beloved bike was stolen from outside a shop. But what was initially a horrible story has a happy ending after the community rallied round. Mary joins me live this morning. Mary, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to BBC Radio Scotland. How was your bike stolen? What happened?
It was outside Waitrose, not padlocked, so I think it was my fault. And a few minutes later, about 10 minutes later, I did my shopping and went out and it wasn't there. But I looked everywhere in case I had put it in a different place, but no. So I went into Waitrose where the people there were marvellous. They phoned the police, sat me down with a cup of tea, told the police all about it, and sent me home in a taxi.
Now, Mary, tell me about your bike. How long had you had that bike?
Not this one very long, about 3 years.
But you're a very keen cyclist. You've been cycling since aged five. Over 80 years.
Yes, and I'll be 89 this year.
You love your bike?
I like my bike very much, and we've never had a car, and cycling was the thing to do. It was always quicker than walking, and we have enjoyed it, our whole family.
Keeps you healthy too.
It does. And do you know, if you've got arthritis in the knees, it's a wonderful physiotherapy.
Well, you're sounding fit and sprightly this Good Friday. So your bike was stolen and the local community rallied round. What happened?
They did. They phoned up with offers of help. They bought bicycles for me to borrow, and they actually collected money locally for a new or second-hand bike to replace the stolen one. They could not have been kinder. And they were so caring. They cared enough to help some old lady in a spot of bother.
Did that surprise you, Mary?
No, I believed in people, so it didn't surprise me, but what did surprise me was how many people I didn't even know joined in to try to help.
Let's speak to your knight in shining armour. You stay there, Mary, but I want to bring Simon in just now. Simon Voysey, co-founder.
Oh, is he there? The gentleman who bought a bike for me.
He's here from Berkhamsted Cycling Club. Simon, come and join us in this.
How lovely.
Hi, Mary.
Hello, Simon. How very nice to speak with you.
Indeed.
Your bike is a treasure, and I look after it. I keep it padlocked wherever I go, and I'm so grateful to you and all your cycling people. Simon, thank you.
Simon, how did you hear about this story? How did you get involved?
So we have a local Facebook group called Everything Berko. We live in a town called Berkhamsted, and one of the members, a guy called Tommy, sort of tagged me into the post because he'd seen that this bike had gone missing, had been stolen. And he said, is there anything we can do? And so then, I responded, as did our social secretary, a girl called Jo. And sort of, we were just trying to figure out how we could kind of, help out. And there were lots of other people from the town liking and commenting and saying that they'd be prepared to sort of, find a bike or donate some money. And so there seemed to be a big groundswell of opinion, and people were genuinely sort of angered and sort of concerned, I suppose, that Mary might be cut off because, of course, a bike, is a bit of a lifeline into town. I know that Mary cycles around quite a lot. We know her, but I mean, I've never spoken to Mary before, but she's somebody that you would recognise in the town. She wears a high-vis jacket when she cycles. And
you spotted her out and about? She's a bit of a legend on the bike, is she?
She's known in the town, and that could be seen, through the amount of people who kind of commented and were willing to sort of, help out in some way.
Great. So you dug about, you went in the shed and had a look around. What did you find for Mary?
Well, I've got a fold-away shopper, which I use occasionally it's just a foldaway bike. It's in good nick. It's hardly been used really, but I mean, I felt like because I run the cycling club here in Berkhamsted, and I've got a few bikes, and just felt like it would be a really good thing to sort of give it to Mary and have her sort of be up and about and mobile and not be affected by the bike that went missing, if you like.
So you took it round to see if it would do the job, didn't you?
Yeah. So we popped round the next day, my wife, myself, and our little baby, and popped round in the morning and sort of put it together. And Mary watched quite carefully how I sort of unfolded the bike and everything. And no sooner was it up and running than she scooted off on it down the cul-de-sac.
So come back in, Mary. Tell us about how you felt when you opened the door and there was Simon and his wife and the baby and the bike.
I was absolutely delighted. I couldn't have been more grateful. They were so kind, and I'm able to have it, borrow it, for as long as I need it. Isn't that wonderful?
How does it compare to your old bike, Mary?
Oh, it's much better. Much better. Smoother. Everything about it is better.
This has worked out quite well. Because the thing is, Simon, from your point of view in the cycling club, there's no better advert for cycling than Mary.
Yeah, well, quite. And I mean, I think everybody in the town feels she's a bit of an inspiration to be up and about, on a bike, regularly, cycling in and out, as part of her routine. And as I said, she's sort of known, to look at and, cycling down the road. So, yeah, we just feel like, it's nice to be able to sort of help her continue to cycle. And that's what it's all about, really.
So she's okay to hang on to this bike for a while, Simon. That's all right, is it?
Yeah, indefinitely, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah,
that's very okay. There's been a huge reaction to this story, Simon, hasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, Sue, who's Mary's daughter, is a local author in the town. Posted created a blog about it because, of course, Mary's not just sort of an inspirational person in the town, but she also used to play cricket for Essex, and she was a head girl and captain of many of the sports teams in school, and has been a teacher for many years. So is an inspirational character all round. So there was over 1,000 likes on the post that went out in our town, and I've never seen a post go sort of blow up like that. So she's obviously touched people's hearts,
Mary,
have
you been surprised by all the attention, Mary? Have you been surprised by all the attention that you've had?
Yes, and it isn't my story. It's the story of wonderful people who cared enough to help somebody in a little bit of trouble. And I'm so grateful to everyone.
We've got a text here from you. We're a long way from where you are, Mary, but I've got a text from Janet in Wester Ross here who says, "What a lovely story from Mary. You are showing us the true spirit of Easter, you people."
Oh, how lovely.
Well, there's a lot of negative stories in the world, but I can't think of a better one on Good Friday, Mary. What's the plan with the bike over the Easter weekend? Where are you going?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Where are you going with your bike this Easter weekend?
Oh, just a nice little ride, not far away, but just to enjoy it.
Will you do that?
Not far, though.
Mary, will you do one thing for me? Make sure you lock up the bike from now on.
I promise I will, every single time, and I've done that already since it was lent to me.
Mary,
thank you all so very much.
No problem. Thank you, and a happy Easter to you, Mary Hampton there, and Simon Voysey as well from the local cycling club. What a beautiful story to finish the programme with on Good Friday at 12 noon now, live. It's John Beattie.
Thank you, Stephen.